You are capable of winning races. But you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Well, good Tuesday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and the live coverage of the Epic Racing Association AMP Grading and Excavating Late Model Stock Car Series. 2 races remain before we crown a champion next Tuesday night. A dozen drivers in here this evening. Fly Your Flag Fest. A lot of patriotic schemes. We are down here checking them out. 92 car. Looking pretty good, I gotta say, with that Hey Dudes patriotic paint on it. I actually have that pair of shoes from last July. The Hey Dudes. I saw Mr. Dylan Kana looking a little patriotic himself in his red, white, and blue. He ran that the last time we had Patriot Night. And then, as always, Jeff Werdeman going to run his red, white, and blue for sure. Last week's winner, Matt Eddy. Still in the Intimidator replica. Guys, get your over-unders. Do not forget, I already got a couple. I always get Miss Jane with 6 here. Adam takes 3. I still ain't figured that part out. And Bill is going to do something like an 8 or a 9. He's going to have a crazy number for me. I took number 7. We'll see who else comes in and picks theirs. I need to go pick up those cups. I swear, guys, they are ready. I just don't have time to make that run and go get them from our buddy Steve. Somebody maybe broke something because he stopped very quickly. There's Pete Dillon in the 7, and our driver in the 16 is still sponsorless. All sponsors forsaking the 16 car. Yeah, I knew it. I knew Bill would pick number 9 or number 8. Ay caramba, they are touching each other a little too much for my liking. Looking to see who else has got red, white, and blue on. Right now, I am not finding people. That is a pretty slick-looking machine right there. That 42 car. Still time for your over-unders, guys, until the pace car rolls for the main event, which is 3 minutes plus qualifying, and then whatever they do in warm-up. Get your over-unders in. It's your only chance this week. This is the last show for this week. We won't be back until next Monday night. Next Monday and Tuesday, and then it's only on Mondays for a little while here. So you're going to have to get your fix coming in and visiting with us on Mondays. Good view. USA Speedway, I haven't seen this place with pavement in quite some time. Every time I see it, it's got dirt on it. We like it with the dirt. Look back here, Austin DeMore. I don't know who he just rolled by. There's Barry Hines. Well, McNulty. Might be Gary Baldwin. That's who it is. Gary Baldwin. Gary Baldwin with the red, white, and blue there. He's 6-pack paint scheme on that. Well, that is an old movie reference. Those of you old enough to remember that, raise your hand. Maybe could have done a better park job. I don't know. Is that John Brunner? Is John Brunner? John Brunner's car is always red, white, and blue anyway, but he's got him some U.S. pride on the car. They've done their pit party. This is kind of what we're doing now. We're making laps and seeing how they're going to race each other. So We'll get ready for qualifying, and then our Gunslinger Whiskey Lucky 7 redraw. I don't know where all of you are, but we are going through some storms. Most of them have moved east of the city now, so I don't think we are in any immediate danger. But if you are, Arkansas, Missouri, probably Indiana, Illinois, maybe on up to Wisconsin, Ohio, maybe even in the southern part of Michigan, you may be getting some stuff because it looks crazy. That line is just about a 30-degree diagonal going straight across the country. And it just keeps growing bigger and bigger as it goes east. That's your current points leader right there, Dylan Connor. He has got a 16-point lead over Pete Dillon with 2 races to go. Then Werdeman, Brunner, and Westendorf through the top 5. 65 points from 1st to 5th. Oh, we still got... There we go. Let's fix that. I didn't even see that. Sorry, I had to see 2 sets of decals rolling over top of each other. I don't know what happened there. I thought they all got turned off. My apologies. All right, drivers heading out. Austin DeMore, one of the first to get out onto the Speedway. He and Gary Baldwin going to get to the line roughly the same time to get onto tonight's qualifying time clock. Over under, still a chance. All of qualifying through the redraw, but once that pace car rolls, take the field for tonight's feature. Over under picks will be closed. A lot of numbers left open. 3, 6, 7, and 9 are all taken off the board. If someone really wanted 7 bad enough, I would be willing to give it up. DeMore with a 21.41, quickest of everyone out there. Watch the 91 car. He's usually quick. He usually goes to the top of the chart. Marvin Turnmeyer, second quick. 21.42. We'll watch the first lap here. I want to go over and watch the 7 of Pete Dillon. He is just now getting to the start-finish line. Something amiss on the 91 car. He went 21.25 and shut it right down. That's what's amiss. He went 15/100ths of a second quicker in one lap. So 1 and done for Mr. Connor. First lap, second quick. Without Dylan Connor in there, Pete Dillon would be sitting on the pole right now. So he's going to have to pick things up just a little bit. That slide right there probably doesn't do him any good. 21 and 40 for that second lap. The qualifying is over. We're going to get ready to get moved down. We'll be in on tonight's Lucky 7 redraw here momentarily. Get your over-under picks in, guys. Plenty of spaces left. The number of cautions you think we will have in tonight's main event, get that to us in the chat. Don't care where you're at. I don't see anybody on Twitch and Facebook yet, but shoot us a number. Chance to win cool prizes. We just got to go get them picked up and get them sent. We are just waiting for them to get started with their Lucky 7 redraw here.
All right, I'm sharing my screen now. And it looks like Roger and the broadcast team is in. So everybody, welcome to the BF Hammers Lucky 7 redraw, our patriotic theme tonight. And if you're not familiar with it, we randomize our top 7 based on their actual qualifying spots. Hit this button here 3 times, and that's number 2. And however it ends up is how we will start tonight's event, with the 07 DeMoore on the pole and the 88 of Eddie on the outside. Row 2 would be the 16 of Turnmeyer and the 7 of Dillon. Row 3, the 91 of Connor, the 81 of Werdeman, and the 42 of Jones is our BF Hammers Lucky 7 redraw driver tonight. We'll get things started here in just a little bit. Quick drivers meeting, and we'll move on.
All right, you got to hear it live. Lucky 7 redraw in the books. Austin DeMoore and Matt Eddy. Matt Eddy, man, tell you what, win last week. He's going to start up front this week. He was good in practice. Qualifying, he was 5th quick overall. Going to start on the outside of that front row. Pete Dillon with a good spot. He is starting outside of row number 2. So 91 is going to have his hands full. He's going to have to pass some cars tonight. Not that that is an issue for that kid. He is just really, really good. Really smooth. Really good. It is a lot of fun to watch somebody that is just that consistent and that smooth. Week in, week out. So, we know what the starting order is going to be. For the front 3 rows there, pretty much. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we got to do that. Just waiting for the drivers' meeting to end. They'll advance it. Guys, you are running out of time. Quick, get your over-unders in. You get them in now. Plenty of spots still open. Number of cautions you think we'll have in the main event tonight? There's 12 cars in here. We're going 0.6 of a mile. Corners are not super tight. They are banked a little bit, but I can tell you, you really want to be the bottom couple of lanes there. And there's a big bump in turn number 4, which can really make your car angry if you hit it wrong coming off the exit. It's kind of up high, but it's right there in that transition spot. It's really pronounced on dirt. It's not quite as bad in the asphalt version of this track, but when they put the dirt on it, it's a really big hump coming out of turn 4. It really makes your car super angry, especially when the track gets slick. Mr. Vinny, I understand you got to take care of the little one, but man, don't ever say stuff like, you're short and you're an incredible burden on your parents. Putting a kid down is one thing. That might be crossing the line. I'm just saying. Good to have Adam in the chat. He's not out on the racetrack, which is, let's call it frustrating, but because he's fun to watch too. But I understand. Won a DSR. I got a bunch of them over there. They got feature winner from last season on them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Give them away, I guess. All right, let's get ready to take a look at tonight's starting lineup. We know that these front 3 rows are not going to be what it says on the screen right now because of the Lucky 7 redraw, so we are going to move Austin DeMoore from the inside of that second row up to the inside of the first row. He'll have the pole, and Matt Eddy, who is right behind him right now, will move to his right. Marvin Turnmeyer, slide over a spot there, buddy. He won't start on the outside. He will start on the inside of the second row, and he'll have Pete Dillon right beside him. Then Dylan Connor, Matt Eddy. No, Dylan Connor and Jeff Werdeman. I'm sorry. I messed that all up. They will do the third row, and then Mr. Jones in. the inside of the fourth row. Josh Westendorf, the 92, good qualifying position for him. He's about mid-pack. Starts outside of row number 4 in the 92 car. The 57 of Barry Hines. Row 5 inside with Gary Baldwin, the 26 on the outside of that row. And then your back row, the 46 of John Brunner inside, and JT McNulty will finish off that row. Hey, Paula, you better hurry. Oh, Gordon Connor went with 5, and Paula better hurry. Gordon, you need to go send me your info if you haven't, and I think you have. I still need to go pick those cups up, but we're going to try to get all that done within the next couple of weeks. And then Paula is on 4. That is pretty good. We got a pretty good. No 1, no 2, no 8, no 10, 11, or 12. So everything else filled up. Good deal. All right. Green flag is about to fall. Coming out of turn number 4 for the first time, 60 times around. By virtue of the redraw, Austin D'Amore, Matt Eddy on the front row. We're underway. Still a side-by-side. Looks like pace laps at full speed right now. Matt Eddy gonna fall back a little because he got a little bit up out of that groove. Down there in 3 and 4. D'Amore to the front. Turnmeyer and Eddy side by side. That'll be for the second and third spot. Dylan Connor trying to dispatch with Pete Dillon. Dylan Connor probably going to find himself a nice place to sit right. He'd like to get past that cart strapped on the outside because Matt Eddy is the guy that has been challenging. He and Pete Dillon both. He wants to get in front of both of them and dictate the way this race is going to go. He'll bide his time, wait for the 2 in front to either make a mistake or wear their tires out, and he'll try to scoot by them. But he really wants to get single file right now, and he's going to have a shot right there in front of Matt Eddy. So Connor to third, Eddy to fourth. Dillon in fifth. Werdeman is now sixth. Jimmy Jones comes out of that start in the 7th spot. Barry Hines, John Brunner, Westendorf, McNulty, and Baldwin as we come around to complete our 4th lap. You know what's funny? We have never had someone pick a 0 for the over-under. And I think we've only had 1 or 2 races in the whole time I've covered the series that went flag to flag. This one tonight could be one of those nights when they just go flag to flag. Saw some action back here at the back. Westendorf, McNulty, Hines, Brunner, Baldwin. 5 cars at the back of the pack, all racing each other pretty hard. They're getting side by side. McNulty in the 30, trying to ease his way by Barry Hines. And Gary Baldwin sees the open door, and he wants to do the same. Big slip out of 2. That'll get us all single file now. Well, I say that, and then Baldwin goes and makes another run at Hines. He ain't going to get it done this time. 8 laps. 7 in the books, working lap number 8. Oh, big wiggle. Getting down in the corner for McNulty. That car shot to the right. The rear end went first, and the nose had to go chase it up there so he could stabilize it. Austin D'Amore holding it down out front. Marvin Turnmeyer sitting right there. Dylan Connor is staying a few car lengths off of these guys. Trying to keep good air on the nose of that 91 car. Pete Dillon got around Matt Eddy already. He's moved himself into 4th. Quick 10 laps. This is not going to take very long. They stay green, we'll be done in 20 minutes, which is crazy. Jeff Werdeman leading the next couple of cars, he and Jimmy Jones back there in 6th and 7th. And it's a pretty good gap back to the 8th place car of Josh Westendorf. We are starting to get strung out except for our front two. Everybody's got a healthy little gap right now. I think Marvin Turnmeyer thought about taking a look. He just didn't have the run. But look who's there now, the 91 of Connor. Right up to our two leaders. Pete Dillon is tracking them all down. A little bit of a slip there from the 16 car. I think he got a little close to that outside wall coming out of turn number 4. Pete Dillon closes the gap, and then he loses all the ground that he gains over 2 laps in one set of corners. Just missing that mark just so much. Half a car width is all it takes, and you're going to lose a quarter second or more. It is under a second from 1st to 4th, is just over a second back to 5th place. Matt Eddy just trailing these guys, and then a little bit further back, almost a second to Jeff Werdeman right now. Ride with Dylan Connor here for a lap or two. Turnmeyer had a moment. He dropped down to the inside on the front stretch and then jumped back on the line real quick. I don't know if the car got loose coming out of 4. Well, we are almost a third of the way through this thing. We're finishing up lap number 18. A couple more laps, and we're going to be 1/3 of the way in. Top 5. A little bit of a breakaway over 6th place. It's only 8 3/4 seconds from 1st to 12th right now. We're on a 22-second lap. We're running about 21:80 to 21:90. Third of the way done. We may not get to lap traffic. We might. Guys wear out their tires. They fall down a little bit. Have to slow them lap times down. We may catch some lap traffic. Pete Dillon closing in again on the rear bumper of Dylan Connor. And Connor's got to see that. I think he's starting to get a little anxious. He was looking for a different line. Come out of the corners. Try to get Marvin Turnmeyer up off of his line so he can go to 2nd. Then he can start working on playing with his food a little bit. You can't wait a long time, because if he has a slip trying to do something with the 16 car, Pete Dillon's going to jump all over him like a rat on a Cheeto. Austin DeMoore looks like he's just steady trying to run 21:90 every lap. Now the nose goes to the inside. Does Turnmeyer give space? He will not. There's the slip I was talking about, and Dillon was there. He had to go to the high side, and he couldn't do anything with Dylan Connor. But Connor had to run the car a little bit down on the flat. Top 4. Nose to tail. Matt Eddy about 10 car lengths off of that group. Here we go again, 91 to the inside of the 16. Can he get there this time? No, he cannot. Might get there on the exit of turn number 2, though. Good run through the bottom of the corner. He's alongside now. Pete Dillon. Open door. I got to go through it with him. I can't let him get a car between me and him, so he's going to try to go around Turnmeyer as well. Wants to stay right in the tire tracks of Dylan Connor. Wants to have an opportunity to be there at the end. Make this a challenge. He's only 16 points behind him. Tonight's race and next week's race is it. That's all that's left of the season. A big run out of 2. Connor have enough to get down to turn 3. He's going to think better of it, get back in line behind Damore. Didn't want to push the issue. We're not halfway yet. He started back there about 5th position. Now he's working his way up alongside your leader. Contact as Damore got a little free off the exit of 2. Came down the track to chase it a little bit, and the nose was already there from Connor. New leader just before we reach halfway. But Pete Dillon took advantage of that mistake, and he follows Dylan Connor right through. So Connor cannot shake Pete Dillon. And now Matt Eddy is starting to close in on this group. Marvin Turnmeyer got around Austin Damore, keep himself in 3rd. And I'm wondering if maybe Matt Eddy decided to just be conservative to the first half of the race and then really try to crank it up and see what he could have in the last 30 laps. Because we are still running 2190s up front. Matt Eddy is right in there as well. So is Jeff Werdeman. Dylan Connor 1st. Pete Dillon 2nd. Marvin Turnmeyer 3rd. Austin Damore, Matt Eddy, Jeff Werdeman, Jimmy Jones, Josh Westendorf, Mary Hines, Gary Baldwin, John Brunner, and JT McNulty. McNulty and Brunner about a half a lap behind now. We're halfway. Have to see how tires play out, see if we can keep everybody on the lead lap till we get to the end of it. 32 in the books, 28 laps remaining. Top 2 now really starting to open things up. They are 1 second out in front of Marvin Turnmeyer. He's in 3rd. And Damore started up front, led the first 28. He sits in 4th now, and he's right in front of Matt Eddy. And Eddy keeps getting runs through the middle of the corner. It's only going to be a matter of time, I think. That run right there through the center of the corner. He's using a nice little shallow cut down line. And he's getting that 88 car to rotate, get pointed. And he's able to get back to the throttle real early. Right there. Right there. Now he's got a cut under. Needs to get alongside. He can't quite get there. Just a little free on the exit of the corner still. Closes up right here. Needs that momentum to continue. He could pull alongside on the backstretch. He just can't get that car to exit the corner the same way every lap. Top 2 look like they're kind of cruising. They are just mirroring each other's lap times. 21:89, 21:90. Everybody else, 22:10 up to 23:12. The action's going on back here. They come together, they spread apart. It's like an accordion. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. You'll see John Brunner and JT McNulty, who pounded the fence. Brunner did, coming out of turn 4, and that slows the car drastically. He's going to try to get to the apron. I think he broke the right front suspension. Oh, and then he gets a piece of Pete Dillon. Couldn't keep it down on the apron. Left front damage on the 7 car now. And the gap is opened to over a second between Connor and Dylan now. Brunner was down on the flat. The car slid up a little bit. He went to go chase it, and Pete Dillon was right there, and he just got right into the left front on the 7 car. Brunner limps it around to the pits. They'll take a look at it, figure out if he can continue or not. He killed the fence coming out of turn number 4. Right before that incident. Now the gap really starting to open up. I think that damage is a little more severe than it looks from here. 20 to go. We are 2/3 of the way. Mr. Vinny, did you hear what I said about putting your child down? Took him 28 laps to get from 5th to 1st, and now he's opened up the gap to 1 1/4 second. .22 flats. Now both drivers in the 22 bracket. 22 flat for both. 22.03, 22.04. Turnmeyer still 3rd. Matt Eddy finally got around, everybody. Oh. Okay, you'll have to go back and watch the broadcast, and you'll have to catch that. It's a good reason for me to get clicks. Eddie got around DeMore, so did Werdeman, and he's now 4th. They're trying to reel in Marvin Turnmeyer. And Jeff Werdeman got a pretty good run through 3 and 4, and he's going to get alongside the 88 of Eddie here in 1 and 2. And a good drive off the exit of the corner put Jeff Werdeman to 4th. And now he's going to be chasing his teammate. Trying to get that podium spot away. 1.4 seconds. Now the gap. We're coming around to 15 to go. This is going very fast. Everybody is spread out. And this has got a real green feel to it. I think our over-under tonight is going to have a no winner again. Nobody ever picks 0. I thought about it, but I thought, yeah, that'll be crazy. You'll pick 0 and they'll have 15, but I should have known where we were. Top 3 have not changed since lap number 29 or 30. Turnmeyer got around DeMore at that time. And he enjoys just about 3/4 of a second over Werdeman right now. Werdeman running pretty similar lap times. He was about 2/10 quicker that time, but that I think was because Turnmeyer was way wide down in 3 and 4 the last time by. Laps ticking off pretty quickly. We're going to watch and see if the 2 teammates come together. And if they do, can Werdeman sneak around? Boy, I'll tell you what, he was 1/10.5 quicker that time by. We'll see where we're at this time because the gap is closing between 3rd and 4th. It's down to just a couple of car lengths now. 33 to a 14, so just about 2/10, and now Werdeman is there. Turnmeyer is going to have to just hang on for 11 laps. Werdeman's getting the corner backed up real nice, letting the car settle. He's getting good runs on the exits. He's going to get there. Might be next time down the backstretch. He may have a shot to get to the inside. I don't think he'll do it here. He backed up just a little too much. Getting into 3, and we are down to 10 to go. 2.4 seconds now from 1st to 2nd. Here's the run he needs right here. Up off the corner. Can he maintain it? It looks like he will as Turnmeyer bumps the fence. That opens the door wide open for the 81 car of Werdeman. There goes Barry Hines to pit road. And Jeff Werdeman with 9 to go, looking at a podium spot right now. Connor got around Baldwin to put him a lap down. That's the car that's in between first and second place here. It's 3 seconds. And Dylan Connor's just easing and easing and easing away. What are you booing me for, buddy? I missed it. I'm sorry. I don't know what I said that made you boo me, but that's okay. At least you're watching. That's all that matters to me. So coming around, it'll be 6 to go with Dylan Connor. 3.3 seconds ahead of Pete Dillon. Jeff Werdeman now up to the third spot. He's 6.7 seconds off of the lead and about 3 seconds behind Pete Dillon. Then Marvin Turnmeyer, Matt Eddy still fifth. Jimmy Jones up to sixth. Westendorf and Baldwin. Baldwin 1 lap down. Hines back on track. He's 2 laps down. He's in ninth. And then McNulty 3 laps down in that 10th spot. DeMore and Brunner both exited the race. Wave lap that time around. 5 to go. Connor closing in on the 92 of Josh Westendorf. May be able to get him lapped here before we get to the end of this. I think he's going to, because I think Westendorf is fighting some really bad tires right now. He needs a new Hey Dudes. That's what he needs. 3 to go. Dylan Connor will get back to victory lane, it looks like, unless something drastic happens here, and I don't think that's going to be an issue. 2 to go. He's just got to do it 2 more times. He is 4.5 seconds in front of Pete Dillon. 8.25 seconds ahead of Jeff Werdeman. 21.95, 22.15, 22.32, the top 3. Last time by. White flag. Dylan Connor. For about the 142nd time in the last 2-3 seasons. He's going to go to victory, and I feel like he wins. If he don't win 9 out of 10, it's at least 8.5 out of 10 races. He wins. Man, another great drive. He's just consistent, smooth. Showed some patience, got around everybody. Pete Dillon up to second, followed him right through, and then just could not hang on. Once he got that damage on the left front, I think the car was really hurt. And he just kept following. Jeff Werdeman with a good run. Picks up 4 spots. He is going to come home with a podium finish. Turnmeyer, Eddy, Jones, Westendorf, Baldwin, Hines, McNulty, DeMore, and Brunner rounding out the field. Let's see who our rando driver of the evening is. I don't have anybody pulling up for the rando. Yes, we do. We definitely do. Let's see about getting, no, let's try to get a better shot than that for sure. Oh, infield shot. No, terrible. Probably as good as we're going to get right there. So let's grab Mr. Matt Eddy and get him in here, our random driver of the race. Matt from the top of the mountain, not quite the top this week. Matt, you there, buddy?
Yeah, how you doing, Roger?
I'm doing pretty good. You were on the top of the mountain last time we talked to you. Tonight, not so much.
Yeah, well, they told us we had 2 sets of tires in the pits, and I would guess I was planning on using some of them. And when we went green the whole time, it really didn't work out too well.
Well, we were I thought maybe you were just trying to hide off in the weeds a little bit and let everybody kind of forget you were back there, save a little bit, and then make a giant run with, maybe 15, 20 to go. It just looked like once we got to about lap 35 or 40, nobody really could go anywhere.
Yeah, most of us, but he kept it rolling good there to the end. Everyone else, I think, was pretty used up.
Well, this place is a lot of fun. We didn't expect a flag-to-flag run, but kind of once you guys got out there, the rhythm just kind of seemed to work. Everybody got single file pretty quickly, and everybody just kind of minded themselves and raced within the limits of the track, the car, and everything else. And it seemed like it was, pretty steady deal. Everybody running, just right around 2190 to 2210.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race up there at the front. They had a good race for the lead there to sort it all out.
All right, man. Well, give me some shouts, some thank yous before we let you get out of here tonight, and we can talk to our podium guys.
Thank you to Marv and Jeff and everybody that helps put on the league. And that's it.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on another fantastic night of racing. We'll look forward to seeing you at the season finale next week.
Sounds good.
Matt Eddy, the random driver of the evening. And now let's move on. A guy I don't recognize. I don't know that he's ever had a podium finish in his entire career, but he's up here tonight. Jeff Werdeman.
Oh, Roger, that's cold, brother. I just talked to you last week. Come on.
Well, that's what makes it even more funny for me and the fans, because they all remember, and so do I.
Oh, man. It took forever to get past Matt Eddy. Every time I'd get a run, he was making a run on Austin D'Amour, so then I had to back out because three wide down in the corners here at USA during the Fly the Flag Fest is not a good idea. So fine, I just had to ride my time. I was saving tires. There was a bit of a glitch when Marv put this together. Normally there's only 1 extra set of tires. There was actually, by mistake, 2 extra set of tires. So everybody seemed to be driving like they were ready to just get some new Hoosiers at any point. I just decided to save mine. Unfortunately, it just took too long to get there, and I don't think I had anything for the Dylan and Dylan show anyway.
Well, you got past Matt Eddy, and then you got to go run your teammate down. He's never one to just kind of roll over, but once you got the nose there, you really got by him quick. It just looked like the car just kind of flattened out after that, and you were never able to close
actually,
in.
during that corner, Roger, he radios me after the backstretch, and he goes, "My tire is gone." So that must mean that iRacing said, "Hey, you got a meatball tire on your right front. You need to come in." So that's why I think he gave it up, because normally, like you said, he's not one to lay over by any means. And I'm thankful for it. I'm actually in points contention for a change. So it's like upside down supper here. I'm going to have breakfast for supper tonight.
There you go. You're going to have to do something magical next week and hope the 2 guys in front of you have something catastrophic happen, though.
I think they have to basically be told to go to the wrong racetrack, Roger. I think that's what it's going to take.
Well,
what do you do?
With that 91 car winning every race, you're going to have to send him to a different track if you ever want to win one of these.
Amen to that, man. This field is tough, and then you get someone like Dylan Connor in the field, and makes it even tougher to get up towards the front. But I got to thank the Five Sullivan Brothers Museum on the car tonight. That's here in Waterloo, Iowa. I don't know if you know about the Five Sullivan Brothers.
I remember from last time.
Yeah. So it's loosely based what Saving Private Ryan, the movie, was on, because all 5 brothers were perished in a naval battle off the Pacific Ocean during World War II. So I put that onto the car tonight, and Gunslinger Whiskey, Team 137. And thank you guys, you, Roger, and then all the fans for tuning in and giving us the love you give us.
Well, don't forget the Disabled American Veterans decal on the side of that car either.
Oh, that's right. I got DAV there on the quarter panels. That's right.
That is right. I'm a big fan of all of those things. I really have a lot of gratitude for anybody in our military, past and or present. And so that stuff touches me in a different way.
Absolutely. I absolutely loved Armed Forces Day, saluting those that are still wearing the uniform.
Yep.
I love Veterans Day, those that got out of the uniform, and Memorial Day this past weekend, those that never made it out of the uniform. Salute to all three of those groups of people.
Outstanding, my man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run. We'll look forward to seeing if maybe we can recognize you when we get back to the track next week.
And if I finish top 3 and you tell me that I never got one of those, I'm coming up to the booth, brother.
Bring beer or whiskey. I don't care.
All right, I'll bring a Gunslinger whiskey for you. We'll be good.
All right, buddy. Thanks for chatting with us. Jeff Wardeman finishing in the 3rd spot tonight. He's always fun. I like to harass some of these guys. This guy I don't harass too much because I always want him to bring his Alan Kowicki paint schemes back. But Pete Dillon, you followed him through the traffic, and then he kind of said, "See you later, buddy."
Yeah, well, I stayed with him for a good. I don't even know how many laps it was, but for a long time I felt like he was just riding. I was just riding behind him because I knew he was crazy fast, and I guess the 46. I followed when we were coming around lap traffic. I think the 46 came up into Dillon, and I was right in Dillon's tire tracks, and he got me on the left front, and I got left front damage, and after that it was lights out for Dillon.
Well, I was going to ask you, it didn't look that bad on camera. Did it alter the camber or the toe of the car and just made it that much tougher? Because right after that is when he really started to get away from you.
Yeah, it hurt the car. My spotter come in and told me I had left front damage, so that was that.
Well, we could
try
see
again
it on the
next
camera.
time, I guess.
Yeah, we could see it on the camera. It didn't look horrible, but you got to give that guy a chase every week. You're second in the points, man. It's going to take a miracle for you to steal this thing next week.
Yeah, one of these guys are going to have to wreck that guy for me to get by him. I'm not going to be the guy to do it, but that'd probably be the only way I'd get a championship.
Well, we're going to head for New Smyrna to close things off, man. What's the expectation getting ready to go into that finale?
I would like to win one. I'm going to give it my all and do what I can, and I know I'll be towards the front. I just don't know if I can get the guy, but I'm going to give it all my all. I might even have to get a little rough with him. I don't know. I don't want to wreck him, though.
Oh, well, we'll delete that. We'll try to bleep that out before we publish, my friend. Give me some shout-outs and thank yous anyway. Give me some shout-outs and some thank yous before we let you go anyway, buddy.
I want to thank Jeff and Marv for continuing to put this league on and providing a nice place for us to race. You up in the booth. I'd like to give my condolences to Matt Eddy and his family. And I would like to thank my fiance for letting me do this every week, and all the fans out there watching.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. We'll look forward to seeing what you can do next week in the season finale, my friend.
10-4. See you next week.
Pete Dillon finishing second tonight. Now we'll move on. I don't know if anybody recognizes this guy. He may have won a race or two somewhere. I've heard the name maybe. But tonight he's parked it in Victory Circle right here at USA Speedway. Dylan Connor, it's getting to be old hat, my friend.
As the saying goes, winning never gets old.
Yeah.
Glad to be here talking to you again, and just another solid night.
Yeah, you got back there in about fifth on the start from the redraw, and it looked like it was going to be one of those, I'm going to be patient for about as long as I can possibly stand it, and then a couple of mistakes to guys in front of you, and bing, bang, boom, you were out in front and gone.
Yeah, I was trying to ride. I seen how hard they were kind of diving it in at the beginning, the first 15 laps, and I knew the setup was already tight. I was trying to ride right there with them, and then when Pete caught me, I knew it was going to be time to go, so I picked it up some right there to try and get by them, and then once I got in clean air, I tried to ride a little bit more, as much as I could with him being right there with me. I think it was going to be a very solid race at the end, and then the lap car kind of snagged both of us, and I think it hurt his left front a little bit, but still, like I said, a solid night all in all.
Now you dive it off into turn one, the car's down on the apron, and then all of a sudden he's in your I want to say door and left rear corner, a little pucker moment right there.
Yeah, for sure. If this setup was any freer, I probably would have went around right there. Luckily it was tight enough. It did knock me sideways, but luckily it was tight enough to straighten back up. And I think Pete caught the worst end of it right there.
Well, it's going to take a miracle for these guys to steal the championship next week. I know you're going to be here at New Smyrna. We've seen you there before. You just going to come in and make it a victory lap?
That's the plan. Go out there, same goal as every race. The way I look at it, no matter if it's 100 points or 5 points, no points lead is safe. So just go out there with one goal and try to win and put it all together.
Well, it's been a heck of a season, man, and you definitely have earned the right to be out in front. Now you just got to keep them behind you for one more race. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you head off.
Yes, sir. I want to thank you for being up in the booth for us as always. I want to thank Marv and Jeff for everything they do for the league. I want to come into the end of another great season. I want to thank my family and friends and fiance for all the support. And I thank my sponsors, Chris and Alan Purrier with Caldwell Banker Elite. And I just want to shout out and some prayers and condolences to Matt Eddy and them as a racing family with everything he's got going on, just thinking about him.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. We'll look forward to seeing you next week at the season finale, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Dylan Connor. Win it again here. He's going to open up his points lead a little more. I have no idea, folks, what is going on with the Matt Eddy situation, but we absolutely give Matt our condolences on whatever that is. He did not mention it in the interview, so maybe he'll be here next week. Maybe we can follow up and see how everything is going. That, as they say, is that. Let's take a quick look officially. We went through them right at the end of the race. But officially, Connor, Dillon, Werdeman, Turnmeyer, Eddie Jones, Westendorf, Baldwin, Hines, McNulty, DeMore, and Brunner. The finishing order in this one. One race remaining next Tuesday night. We are off for the rest of the week. We'll be back Monday night with the doubleheader, Dirt Slingers Monday Night Thunder. Big blocks at 8 Eastern and 360 sprint cars, I believe, next week at 9:30. So make sure you tune in and say hi for that. Then we're right back here for the season finale next week on New Smyrna. Man, I just talked about it and I forgot what track it was. On the racetrack at New Smyrna to close things out for ERA. Our summer's going to get a little light. We'll see what we can find to fill in some stuff. We know we got a couple special events and some other stuff coming up, but as always, I appreciate you guys being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do it. Without all the awesome leagues giving us great racing like you saw here tonight, no cautions. There is nothing for us to cover. High fives, pats on the back all the way around. Till we see you the next time, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down. Come back